Welcome to the announcement about our StrengthsFinder evaluation assignment. I'm using Prezi and Screenomatic to do this presentation again. So the details about this assignment. So you're going to be doing several things with this assignment. First, when you bought Strengths Quest, the book, it came with a code to take the Clifton StrengthsFinder Assessment 2.0. If you bought a new book, if you bought a used book, you're not going to be able to use that code. So it's very important that you only buy a new book, or hopefully you already bought the new book of the Strengths Quest. And then you'll take Clifton StrengthsFinder 2.0. It doesn't take that long to do, maybe half an hour. You do it online. And then at the end of your assessment on your own strengths, you'll get a strengths discovery and action plan. And I want you to submit that strength discovery and action plan. I can't remember if it's at the end of week 2 or week 3. It's a PDF file, so you'll turn that in, and that's worth 10 points. That's you're going to learn about your top 5 themes, strength themes, and so you're going to be using that quite a bit. So you'll take that themes later, and then you're going to write a paper. And the paper, I have again all this in the syllabus. You're going to provide an introduction. Every paper should always have a introduction. And always in the introduction, you want to tell them what you're going to tell them, then tell them what's going to come before. So usually you can write the introduction after you've written your paper. Then your next section is you're going to describe the strengths-based revolution. What's it all about? Obviously, you need to read Strengths Quest and Now Discover Your Strengths before you write this paper. So what exactly is this whole strengths-based revolution all about? Provide the key aspects of this from the textbooks. Pretend you're explaining this to somebody who doesn't know anything about this whole strengths-based revolution. I want you to describe the differences between knowledge, skills, and talents. What are the differences between those different areas? Again, try to think about somebody who doesn't know anything about this when you're writing these things. How does knowledge, skills, and talents, how are they related to strengths and using and discovering your strengths? Then the next section is I want you to describe your action to finding out your 5 themes. What did you learn about yourself from these 5 themes? Do you agree or disagree with them, and why? One of the things I think is a good idea to do is, go talk to your spouse, your significant other, your friends, your family about these 5 themes. Give them the action plan thing, discovery action plan, for the description of the themes or the book. The books have a detailed description of the 5 themes. Have them read that, and do they really see this in you, in the way you live your life? Do you see it in you and how you live your life? Not every description in each of the themes is going to be right on for you, but which ones are a description of who you are. So I want you to describe that, your reaction to your 5 themes and how you see them playing out in your life. The next section is managing your weaknesses. We all have them. But the textbook, the Now Discover Your Strengths textbook, provides some good management for your weaknesses. I want you to identify several themes or several strategies that you can manage your weaknesses. Now, the most important part of this assignment is describing how you can use your strengths at your workplace and in your personal life. Again, this is the most important part of this whole assignment. It's worth 40 of the 100 points. So this is where I'm want you to focus all your energies on. And this part, you need to use 5 additional references in this section. In addition, this is in addition to the textbook, the 2 textbooks, and the action plan, the Strengths Discovery and Action Plan Guide. I've posted some strengths articles within the course documents. You can use those. There are strengths. I have also put some external links there in the Moodle page, Moodle homepage. You can look for external articles. Now, again, peer-reviewed articles, primary or secondary sources for those of you who took research methods. Textbooks, additional textbooks are fine, but not blog posts and those type of things. Those aren't acceptable. So you should be incorporating those throughout your paper, and also in this using your strengths. Again, using your strengths. How can you use your strengths at your workplace and your professional life, or your future job? And say you're not in the job that you want to be in the future. Maybe in the future you would like to be an athletic director at a college. How can you use these strengths at your workplace? Maybe you're not an athletic trainer yet at a college, but that's your goal, or high school. How can you use this information in your profession? Again, this is the most important part of this assignment. Use the textbooks, use the articles to focus what you learn about this whole information about strengths. I think, let's move forward. Now, formatting issues, we're always got formatting stuff. Always provide a title page. I mean, that's obvious. Use 1-inch margins, both the top, bottom, left, and right margins. Double space your paper throughout. Use a 12-point font. Cite using APA. Provide section titles using APA. With verb tense, when you're talking about the stuff in a book, use past tense and third person. When you're talking about yourself, in the sections about how you can apply this information, your actions to your strength themes, use the first person. Sometimes it'll be future tense because you're talking about things you'll do in the future. So just those type of things are acceptable. Use, I already talked about the different stuff. Again, you can refer to the syllabus for this information. Now, why do I have you guys doing this assignment? One of the reasons why in 2007, I went and saw Marcus Buckingham, one of the authors for Now Discover Your Strengths, at a conference, and he was talking about all this stuff. I go, this makes perfect sense to me. It's logical. It makes sense that I'm created a certain way. And the Bible teaches about this in 1 Peter 4, verses 10 through 11. And this is not the only place that this is in Scripture, but I like this verse. It says in this passage, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. Whoever speaks, as one who speaks oracles of God. Whoever serves, as one who serves by the strengths that God has supplied. In order that in everything God may be glorified through Jesus Christ. To him belong glory and dominion forever and ever. Amen. One of the themes of this passage, the ideals of this passage, is God has gifted each one of us, has given us a talent, has given us things that we're good at. Some are good speakers. Pastors are typically good speakers. Those who serve, do behind the scenes things, are serving, work with kids. All those different things this is talking about in a church setting, and serving others within church and outside of church. God has gifted each person in a certain way that he expects us to use our gifts for his kingdom. But this is also true in our workplace and in our own family life. God has gifted each one of us differently. One of the reasons why we're in the kinesiology area, whatever area that may be, in administration, athletic training, teaching, whatever that area may be, the reason why we're doing that is because we're gifted in that particular area. God has given us those gifts to be used for His glory, and for His goodness, and to serve others around us. So in the Strengths Finders, we are learning about specific talents, natural talents, that we can use and should be using in our workplace and in our family and personal life. One of the talents that I have is achievement. I'm an achiever. That means I have to get something done every single day. I have a checklist every single day that I must get something done. I didn't understand that until I took the Strengths Finders. Even when I'm on vacation, I have to get something done. It doesn't have to be something that big of a deal, but I wake up and it says, I want to get this done today. This is my mental check list. And if I don't do it, I feel like I wasted a day. How can I use that strength of mine in my work as a professor, as my work when I was an athletic trainer in a clinic, when I developed this master's program? How can I use it in my family life? Those are the type of things that since 2007 I've been thinking through, the different themes. How can I use those things that I'm really good at to be more successful as a college professor, as an athletic trainer, as a husband, all those type of things? How can I steer those things in that direction? Then how do I manage around my weaknesses? Because I have them, and I have to. One of the things, I'm really bad with paperwork and those type of things. So for me to manage around my weaknesses, I have to turn everything into an electronic format and put it on my computer and put it into files. That way I'll be able to find it. If it's a paper, I'll lose it. It'll end up in the trash. Miles and I can give it to me. So I hope that you really learn about yourself. That's really what I'm trying to help you to understand, is how has God gifted you? And how can you use those gifts that God has given you in your workplace and at your house and for your family? I hope you enjoy this assignment. I've really enjoyed reading these papers in the past, learning more about the students in the program. So if you have any questions, as always, you can post your questions in Q&A forum. You can also email me if you have any questions. I look forward to reading these papers. I always find them interesting. And have yourself a fantastic day.